Oh Lord. Tide ho. Oh Lord. Ho tide. Lord. Oh
Tide
my.
ho.
Wait a minute. Oh Lord.
Hey guys.
Greetings.
Girl, she's getting on my nerves already.
I don't think you want to say that. I'm not on the phone. I'm in person. I can
Oh,
easily
sure,
whoop
sure.
your ass.
Oh, wait, you guys. I don't know if you noticed, but we're doing this again in person.
Yeah, we are.
She popped up surprisingly. You know, just deciding to hang
I
out.
don't have to pop up a queen arrives.
Oh,
You know.
she brought her dogs
I have
again.
All my kings.
She brought the dogs again. She brought the dogs again.
I might have to let them leash on you because you might get a little too loud.
Oh, they love me.
Okay.
Did y'all not hear last week? Did you not hear last week's episode when Luna was sitting in my lap?
My guards are ready. They already got.
She knows the queen.
They already got the bazookas.
She knows the vibes. She knows what's given. But yes, you guys, this is us. Up, back up. Don't get in trouble.
This is Tide Ho here.
And this is Oh Lord. This is the tea.
We had to take a shot before we did this, you guys.
Yes.
Let me I gotta lift this up because I'm tired of looking at it.
Yeah, just put it up there. Yeah. That's fine.
So just I won't have to worry about you.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys. Goku and Luna have been. I have a cat, and so I have a cat bowl in my room with cat food, and they've been sitting there like just looking at it. They've been like, what's that? What's that about?
And cats too. Don't get it twisted.
That's true. That's very true. My cat, she's at the place where she will just like whatever's on the floor. If it's like food or possibly edible, she'll eat it.
But I wonder if they would like make like get. I wonder if they would make like cat food and dog food in sync. But I think like. I would wonder like what is the difference.
That's a good question.
Like would they get sick?
They're probably similar.
For you guys can put it in the comments because I'm not saying I'm trying to feed my dog cat food. Don't get it twisted. But I always had that question in the back of my head. So I don't know. Alrighty, yeah. Did you let them know what show it is?
I'm so sorry. I had to get a little sip of my tea. Our non-sponsored sponsor.
Oh, I have finally got me some fiber pills too.
Oh, so you're catching up? You're in there?
It's been having me going to restaurant. They want me to take 5 of them. They're like, 5.
5?
Yeah, throughout the day. So I'm only taking 2. I take 2 fiber pills.
Where'd you get fiber pills from? Where do you get them from?
Target. I got them from Target. I got my probiotic pills. So I take 2 probiotics.
You know who I see a lot of though? You know who I see a lot of though? Pure for men. I see them a lot.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get that.
I'm thinking about her. So from this person that I follow on Twitter, he was saying you really, if you're getting the ones that you're getting certain brand of them, you don't actually. So yeah, I kind of forgot what I was saying. Yeah,
You talking about the Pure for men for the fight?
Yeah, I was thinking about them because I heard that this person on Twitter, he mentioned that you really necessarily don't have to buy the name brand as long as it has the fillers. It starts with a PHY. This right here. You see that? That word right there. Fillers something.
Okay, we're gonna spell. I'm gonna spell it out. It's PSYLL. Is that an I? Let me see. Like when is that small? Okay, that's an I. Oh, girl. Wait, hold on.
Girl, listen.
No, I'm saying when I see like super small letters, it's like it really.
I know. I get that. I do get that too. I do that too.
Hold on, I gotta use my phone to get to it.
Let me Google it. Girl, let me stop playing and
Google. Wait, with focus. Come on, girl.
Mm-hmm. This right here, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Is it an H? Psyllium.
It's PSYLLIUM. Whatever that is. Oh, you got this from 99 cents though.
Yeah, I did, girl.
Is it powder?
Yeah, it's a powder.
Okay, what you just take one scoop?
Yeah, you take it says
Well,
like
how
one
often you use
tea.
it? Like, how many times you use it a
They
day?
say use it twice a day or once a day, whichever one
Okay.
you want to go for.
Yeah, because they told me to use 5 of them, the pills I have. And I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm gonna do 2 because I already take like probiotic pills. I like to take it like if when I'm about to go to bed. So by the time when I get up in the morning, I just use the restroom, whatever case may be.
Yeah, it
So
says up to 3 times a day. You can do it up to 3 times a day. But they also say that you make sure you have to drink water with it because if you don't, they say it'll dehydrate you very very fast. So I usually like take like it says to take a let me see um 1 teaspoon in 8 ounces.
okay,
And so you put it in 8 ounces of water, drink that, and that's good. You're good to go.
okay,
I used it. It's it's good for
okay.
certain things.
Next, let's move
For
on.
certain things. For certain things. But I'll just say that.
Let's move on.
But yeah, so this is Tia
Yeah, we did
talking.
say it was the T.O. show. Okay, so
I know.
wig. Okay, so we're gonna be doing another review, you guys. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the Hot Boys. We are gonna do that. I know we talked about it last episode, but they actually got like 2 episodes that's out already. So we're gonna wait for the third one, and I think we're just gonna do it all together
Okay, we
in
can
some
do
sense
that.
because it'll give us more divine of the character. I think we can give our first impression that we
Because
had of
we
them.
did, and I want to say this in the last episode we talked about it. We did actually already do a review when the first episode was out. I think it was 2 episodes out, and we was
We
like,
only
boom,
watched one
and it was
episode.
like, yeah, and it was like an hour and 50 minutes. We had it. It was a good time,
Yeah, we was talking about different things, and we was
Mm-hmm.
comparing a lot of different shows
Yes.
and stuff like that. And we wanted to do it for the creators of that platform because
Yes,
they
the
do
Hot
listen to
Boys.
our review,
Uh-huh.
and we want to make sure
Give
we
him, give him some,
yes.
yeah. But what happened was, as soon as I pressed the stop button,
I think what the issue was, you didn't let me click off first because, like I said, it was still recording on my end.
that's probably it.
So, and then it's like you left first. Usually I leave first or whatever. Because I think that's what the issue was. Because when I didn't stop it. I just clicked off it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was the reason why.
Probably. But I did make sure to go to our the storage, the drive, and delete some of the older files because I still have them saved on my computer.
Okay.
And then I have them saved on excuse you, young lady. I have them saved on something else. You could. I have them saved on something else as well. So I have it. I have all of that.
Okay, well, we'll get it.
Yes. But what's today's episode going to be about?
It's going to be about Lightyear. The heterosexuals can't handle the tea.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Oh, okay, you know what? I want to talk about that. And I want to also talk about the other community that cannot handle seeing in certain things.
Okay, girl. Luna, what are you doing?
Meow, 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 meow. She's eating. She's trying to eat something. Meow. Wig. Anyways, you guys, so today's episode is going to be just like a little mixed grab bag of us talking about what?
Yeah, when I came in your room for the first time, and I see those AirPods I gave you, I said, this bitch, I said that.
Girl.
I said, did this bitch just stole?
Girl.
I had gave him these AirPods.
For my birthday.
Yeah. And I was looking, I said, oh, girl, they look so familiar. I said, oh, girl, they look like mine.
Okay. You know what, guys? You know what? That's going to be it for today.
Because I don't know what the hell took me out. Wait a minute.
What?
Okay, I did give you the good AirPods. Because both of the earpieces work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have another one that broke. But I still have that one now.
One of them broke or just both?
Just one of them. It works, but I was supposed to get it fixed, but I never took it up there because,
Which ear is it?
Huh?
Which ear is the one that's broken?
It's the left one. I mean, the right. Yeah, the left one. This girl, the drink. It's the left one. The right one works.
Put your fingers like this.
What?
When you look at it, do you see an L? Yeah, that's the left. This is the right.
I said that.
Trade taught me that. This white, not Trade. Ooh, he was white. This white guy that I was friends with, he was definitely not Trade because he was a cheerleader. So what was I saying?
What are you talking about? So you're saying So he can't be okay. Let's move on because
I
now
sure am
we
saying
sitting
it.
up here
Excuse you, young
saying
lady.
people hobbies and the sports they're into is not making
No, he
them a
wasn't
trade.
trade. He wasn't
Okay,
trade.
next.
And he was white.
Let's move
He was white
on.
and he was in a cheerleader. He was not trade. Girl. And this is when I was in a when I was like mostly white in Latino schools. This is when I was going to Southeastern. So he definitely wasn't trade. He was in Pasadena. He definitely wasn't trade. Yeah, girl.
Okay, next. Let's get into it.
It was cute. I was here for it. Boom. Anyways.
I was very excited for the movie. In some sense, I mean, let's be very clear.
Oh, wait. What movie in general are you talking about?
Lightyear.
Oh, gotcha. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah. Why do you think we're reviewing it? What do you thought we was reviewing?
Girl, I thought you said for some reason when you said something about the Straits going off on something, I thought you was talking about P Valley. Girl. That's why I said, oh, let's extend it. Okay. We're gonna shorten it back down to Lightyear then.
Girl, I don't know what you're talking about.
Remember, you know how they was having a breakdown about P Valley?
Yeah, I remember. But girl, no, and it's still going on. Okay, twisting. No.
Yeah, it is.
When
did you see Lightyear? It? You saw it before me or after me?
What?
Lightyear.
I don't know.
I think I saw it the week it came out. I saw it the weekend it came out.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see it then. I had waited like 2 weeks or something like that.
Okay.
I want to be a perfect time. I was very.
Let me close this down then, since we're not talking about that.
Girl, what are you? Oh, girl. Okay.
That was for. I thought we were talking about Hot Boy.
Oh no!
But you got. I got you.
We're not talking about that.
Not yet. We got y'all. We will review it. I just need to catch up. I'm on the first episode. He already watched the second episode, so I need to watch the first and the third, and then we can, boom, have an idea of how we feel about people. But anyways, yeah, Lightyear. Let's hear.
So, again, I was really excited about this movie. I'm a very strong Toy Story fan.
Yeah.
I know Lightyear had a television show. Or whatever case in the TV
show.
That
cartoon.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Well, I was never into Lightyear. I was always a Woody boy. I was always Woody. That. Woody all day.
You love Woodies now, so we know.
Well, I love Woody. Woody was, like I said again, my character, and was, like I said, Toy Story is my favorite movie, by the way. And I think as a kid watching that kind of animation, it was a very wow factor because we never got that kind of animation ever.
And it was also like such a fun. I think Disney back then was really Disney at its best. Mm-hmm. Like 90s, early 2000s Disney cartoons were really fantastic. Like Bugs Life was fantastic. I love that. My mom still watched that one.
The knockoff Ants was good.
Ants was fun. I'm just saying it was funny because we went to see it at theaters. They was cussing, and my mom was like, "Oh my god," she was so shocked. But they cussed.
Like, girl, we already heard these curse words. I don't know why parents don't get it. We heard them curse words before. Stop all that.
But Ants was fun. I mean, to be honest with you, come on now. Bugs Life was better.
It was. Mm-hmm. It was.
But it was fun to see.
They were both good. They were both good for different reasons and stuff like that. So, like I said, so Toy Story was everything to me. I remember going to McDonald's. I had got my Woody and all that. That's when kids was into McDonald's toys. Like if the movie came out, you already knew a toy was coming out, and we had to get it. That was so nostalgic when we used to do that.
McDonald's and Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
They were the best.
Well, we never really went to Burger King a lot. So I used to hate when certain movies went to Burger King. I'm like, bitch, I'm never gonna get this toy because I'm like, we don't even go to Burger King like that. But we go to McDonald's. So I used to always be upset about Burger King until they did the watches. When they did the watches, they did the Simpsons and they did Rugrats. I went for that. Now I went for that. Don't get it twisted. I made sure I said, okay, I gotta get this watch because it was such a accessory at school. Let me tell you something. You didn't have to look. We don't really wear watches like that unless it's like these kind of watches. It's a very expensive watch, but just a regular watch. No one really wears that anymore.
Let's talk about I'm so sorry. Let's talk about the fact I still have my SpongeBob watches from when they did SpongeBob. Yeah, I still have them today too. So yeah, it's so weird. Like when you think about our childhood and all that, like random things, ma'am, get from over there. Random things become popular and you have to have them. If you don't have them, it's considered you don't have money. And even if you didn't have the money, it was like,
you gotta have it. Because everybody used to be playing on it and everything.
Everybody used to have, I don't think I got the Rugrats one, but I did get the SpongeBob one. And I think at one point I want to say, no, I think I did have the Rugrats one at one point, but I didn't take care of it. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not take care of it.
I took care of mine.
Oh, yeah, but I used to have that.
It was hard to get Chucky. Not Chucky. It was hard to get the Angelica one.
I could see that.
It was hard to get her. And it was another one. I think Tommy.
Probably Tommy. Because he was
you always going to get a Chucky and you was always going to get a Phil and Lil.
Yep.
But it was mostly Angelica was very hard to get. It was a very hard watch to get.
Ma'am. We need you not to be eating on the floor. What are you doing? We are classy-based women. Hello? You too, sir.
So, like I said, it was everything when Toy Story first came out. And again, I did have curiosity of, why Andy was into this toy, where the movie came from and stuff like that. So when they did the TV show, I thought that was referencing a lot that happened in the cartoon. For what Andy was into. So this was just doing the full movie of it all, which you're doing right now.
I feel like
I want them to do a Woody. Don't get it twisted. I want them to do a Woody.
I think they absolutely should do Woody.
I want to
honestly, if they really want to do, it, they should do a Barbie one. But they're already doing a Barbie movie. We already know that. But I don't think it's related to Toy Story. It's not related to Toy Story. But yeah, a Woody movie would be a good idea. Make sure y'all bring in Bullseye, bring in Jessie. I think people didn't like Jessie at first. Because she was kind of annoying a little bit, but I think she grew on a lot of people.
I think she grew, especially on the third movie. She was really, really good. I think the second movie, I'm like, girl, let Woody do what the fuck he want to do.
Right.
Girl, we on Woody's side with this.
But not the person who plays Woody. Let's talk about it.
Okay, well, we're not going to talk about that right now. I want to enjoy my childhood right now. Thank you. So, like I said, the first Toy Story movie was amazing. It was always iconic. It was always an escape for me. I had a bad childhood, and I think I always lived myself through Annie having these toys and having his own room, and definitely having his mom and his sister, and just having these toys that love him. And I think it was,
we all did in a way.
Yeah,
we all kind of, it's so weird.
We did it all.
We
put them toys in that room, and we went out that room to check in.
Yes.
Like, okay, bitch.
Can I tell you something? It is so strange that we all wanted our toys to be alive, but it's like, if you really think about it, would that have been a good? No. It's just like, did you ever see Small Soldiers?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That was so much fun. And it's like, this is probably more of the reality of what would happen if our toys came to life. But that was fun too. But we had a lot of fun.
But I like when we had our toys beefing with each other.
Yes.
And why we always had a toy or a teddy bear, that we just didn't really like for some reason. Like, it wasn't our best teddy bear.
You want to know what it is?
Be always the villain.
You want to know what it is? It's because at that time we were starting to grow up, so we were like, "That's for babies. That's not for me. I'm too grown." That was the problem. We were trying to see ourselves as grown.
Oh yeah, I used to, baby, the toys used to be beefing. The Barbie dolls we used to be having is beefing.
Oh yeah, they did beef.
Such a we had cheating shit going on. Let me drive by the house. He went that other hole.
You know what it was? The music.
That's what it is. The music videos used to do that. Then we driving by the house. Oh, you cheating on me? Oh, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna put up with
this.
But the funny thing is, when we used to do that, let's be very clear, we wasn't being realistic, because when we used to make sure, they leave them for good, that's not really realistic now. It's like, you got to go back a couple times.
Can we talk about also, it was like, they would leave them, and then they'd be like, oh, we back together. And it's a whole different storyline, and they're cheating again. It's new characters, but it's the same story.
It's always cheating. It is always cheating.
Fighting, cheating.
Whooping the kids.
Superheroes. Oh, yeah.
I remember we was playing Barbie one time, me and my cousins, and we was just like having fun. Me and my cousin's sister, we playing. So it was a particular Barbie that I was into.
Can I talk about that? Why did we all have that one Barbie that was like, "This is me"?
Yeah, yes. I had, her name was Christina. She was Barbie, one of Barbie friends. I was trying to play with one of these Barbies. I was like, I want to play with her. And my cousin, because it was my cousin Barbie doll, by the way. Mm-hmm. And my cousin was like, "Oh, she's punished. She's in the timeout." I was like, "What the fuck? Yeah, she went too far last time." Oh my god. I missed the story.
We were doing so much.
But why all our storylines connected when we was in the storyline? Because I used to be over here, my cousin used to be over there, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to go to the store.
Mm-hmm. And then the thing is, me and my sister, we used to have a lot of. We had because our dog collection was huge, and we used to have a lot of clothes. So we would be like, well, let me put an outfit on that fits my storyline first. And so we used to do that. And I don't know if did y'all ever get the like specialty like because we had the specialty Tarzan doll of what's her name, Jane, where it came with that full Jane outfit. It had the pieces that came off. We'd be like, girl, just take these pieces. And also, did you ever have like the favorite outfit that you're like, my doll, she's wearing this. Oh, she's gonna. Did you have that?
No, we didn't.
Oh, I had that. I used to have the favorite outfit. It was this cute orange blazer shirt. It was a It was not a blazer. It was a vest, but it was a vest as a shirt. It was orange and it was like shiny on the front, and then it was like this orange mini skirt. And she used to wear that out. And then I would put, for whatever reason, I would put pink shoes with it. No idea where the pink shoes was going with this. They didn't have nothing to do with the rest of the outfit, but it was those pink Barbie, the Barbie heels that's like, you know exactly which Barbie heel I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Oh, I used to do that all the time. And then mine was named Xena. She was named Xena after my favorite, the Warrior Princess.
Oh, mine was Christina after her actual name. That's what the Barbie was named.
Was she the black one?
Yeah, she was a black one.
Oh, look at
you. She was a black one with the long hair. And
mine was white.
I had another cousin. She was younger. Mm-hmm. And she came in to try to play Barbie with us. And I was like, oh, this is a tight group.
Wait.
And she had... she had brought in the Bratz dolls. I think that it was... at that time, I thought they were ugly. I was like, these big lip bitches. So she tried to come in her group with them dolls. When I tell you, we had went off on her. We was like, them ugly ass dolls. Girl, we don't want to play. And I think we made her cry.
Probably.
He was like, girl, don't want to play with that shit, girl. We upscale girls. We ain't about to play with the big little bitches. Like, get on.
Let's talk about this. You ever play at your age now or a little bit older when, in your 20s or like your late teens or something like, do you ever play the dolls with your little cousins?
And no, I don't have any little cousins to play with.
I did, girl. Girl, let me tell you something. I did, and I was like, "Ooh, y'all don't have no creativity." What's your character's name? Barbie. Get out of my face.
Oh, nobody can be named Barbie.
What was that about? Can we talk about that? Nobody named their dog Barbie.
You had to have a different... Well, like I said, Christina was a pretty name at the time. Christina was an up-and-coming name back in the 90s, so let's be very clear about that. So it was very hot, or whatever the case may be. But we didn't have no Keisha or anything.
Nobody named them those Barbie. We used to be like, oh, mine's is this, mine's is that. Mine was Xena.
I mean, you had Barbie, but I don't know. We used to play without. We had Barbie, but we had different Barbies. We didn't have like the Barbie. We had a Barbie, but we didn't play with her. It was like, oh, that bitch is just too overrated. That's mostly on the other girls. Yeah, but we used to fuck over this Barbie, which is Skipper, which is Barbie best friend.
That's her. That's her. Younger sister. Skipper's her sister.
Oh, I thought it was her friend. Baby, we used to whoop the hell out of it. We used to be throwing that doll in the corner.
We all did that.
Especially when we did the fights, girl.
We all did that.
The fights used to be iconic, especially because they can hit. Let me tell you, you throw a Barbie to a wall, that shit hit the wall hard.
You can hear it.
It's like,
the girls used to be fighting. But yeah, I played it with my cousins recently, like, when they were younger, the cousin I'm talking about. And girl, they was like, I'm like, girl, so what we finna do? We gonna, like, I had to set up the story. I'm like, me and my other cousin, who was like, she was young at that time too. They were all, like in their early teens, late teens, early teens, late, younger age.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, we're going to be mean girls. So this is what we're going to do. And then their brother came to join us and he played a Ken. And so me and his sister was like, oh, you're wearing those shoes? That's homeless people wear those. Who would do that? And then it's just like, we're doing all that. And he's like, you know what? And he started fighting. It's like, oh, you don't know how to play this.
Oh yeah,
We was like, oh girl, you don't know how to play
right.
this.
You gotta have the
You
whole
gotta have fun, girl. This is a store. And then my cousin, she was talking about her kids and she was playing with them. And she was like, they don't have no kind of creativity. She was like, they just appear in rooms. She's like, you walk into the
yes, you. No, we used to, baby. What we used to do, especially if you had a bunch of Barbies, you gotta set the scene up.
You
like
do.
We used to put bitches to sleep. Like literally, we're like, okay, I'm gonna go take a nap, and then
then you switch to the next person. You switch to
the next one. Okay, girl, what y'all doing over here? Oh yeah, girl, I'm gonna call her. Oh, she not answering. Oh, she must be asleep.
Why we did that? Wait, why we did that? When we put the characters to sleep, and they get like, while that dog sleep, I'm gonna play this character.
It was a thing. It was a whole operation, baby. And you got to you got to learn how to play it right, honey. We got to have creativity. You got to have a storyline. You got to have dialogue. We got to have a scandal.
Ooh, a big one.
Okay, especially when we get cars and you got to make the. I don't know where we.
What is it? Why? And then why I was playing with my sister. I remember I was young. I was playing with my sister. It was like, oh, we just going up the street. It's just up the street on and I said the street, and I know I looked and I saw my mom laugh it because she heard me say a street name, and she was like, my children. And I don't even know why I said the street name, but I was like, oh yeah, girl, I'm going up the street.
Oh yeah, we definitely we always in our city. Don't get it twisted. We always in our city.
Oh, and we used to cut up. I'm going to the grocery store, girl. You going to the mall? We're going to the mall. What was it? It was like grocery store, mall. What was the other place?
Club. With the club.
Yep.
Work. I'm gonna go over there. Work. Hair salon. Baby, trust me, these girls had jobs. Okay, do not get it twisted.
Did we go to the jobs all the time? No.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm about to go. I ain't about to. I gotta go help my friend out. You know how they be in the shows when they just be leaving work? I'm like, girl, no, it's not really like can't be leaving work like that. Absolutely not. But Barbie can.
Sure can.
Barbie can. But
we missed that. That was fun.
Because I know my cousin, she had a doll, and I'm telling you, this dog hair was so fluffy. It just felt like real natural hair. Mm-hmm. And my cousin kept on saying, "Oh," I said, "How you got the hair? Oh, you got to train the hair." I said, "Wait, what?" "Oh, I brushed it." Like she made this doll hair no, I'm talking about like this. You know how sometimes Barbie hair can get stiff? No, baby, that hair was when she said you got to train her hair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I did. What the? Mm-hmm. Oh Lord, have mercy.
Fun. We used to do that, and then our problem started when video games came in. Girl, video games was like, listen, all that's
it dominated. It really did.
Get over here.
It really dominated.
Yeah, it did. I didn't want to go outside because I remember that was when we used to still go outside. We used to still. Kids still do it a little bit here and there, but I don't know.
We went out. I don't think we had that many games to play. I think that was more our issue. But it's like, but when we did get a new one, we played the hell out of the game. Oh, I am not gonna lie.
Absolutely. But now, as an adult, it's like, listen, y'all will see me when y'all see me.
Okay.
You're like, I'm gonna play my game, and then life is like, well, excuse you, ma'am. Hello. Can we stop eating stuff off the floor?
Because I think once I had got my Game Boy, I think I had a couple of games for that, and I made sure, and especially like back in the day, you really couldn't have that many. For as I grew up poor, so so you had to pick a game that you knew that had a longer story. That
what are you eating?
What you got? Come here, get it out your mouth. Come here.
What is that?
I have no idea. What are you eating,
ma'am?
What is it?
I have no idea. I'm gonna throw it away. Go ahead. You got it.
Let's put it in a litter box.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
Yeah.
You had to make sure you pick the game. So I think like when we first got our Game Boys, me and my brother, we had got like I said, we had got Pokemon because they said Pokemon was a long game, it was a big adventure, and Pokemon was hot. Ooh.
Listen,
Pokemon had a chokehold on us in the 90s.
Y'all think y'all had Pokemon bad? Oh no, Pokemon. Y'all didn't experience Pokemon fever unless you experienced it in the 90s.
It was gone. It was on.
Could. It's. I mean, it is a fever still, but it's not as.
Well, you know, when it came out for that app and all the millennial kids was on it, we was on it.
Yeah.
Everybody was playing Pokemon, and I remember the funny thing is because it's like I worked at a place where they had a lot of older people, and I used to work in the afternoon, so they had a lot of younger people working at mostly millennials, and they used to be seeing us. I'm like, oh, girl, I gotta go to the front and catch this.
Weird.
And he was like, y'all really into this game? We was like, yes, we gotta catch them.
I think it's because it's like, first and foremost, it's our childhood. We used to want to do and then it's like in real life. Listen, let me tell y'all something about Pokemon and the chokehold. It is gonna forever have on millennials. It is forever. It's gonna be one of those games that they could probably release. You know that new one that's coming out, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm absolutely getting it.
Okay.
So yeah, Pokemon Fever, girl, y'all. Yeah,
it was such a good story. Don't get it twisted. Pokemon was a good story. Great character development. It was. I think it just entered us into a different. First of all, he was around our age, young boy up in here trying to collect Pokemon. Now we don't. Now there was no school involved.
Listen, and let me tell you something.
Maybe that's what it was.
Guess who questioned that back then? Nada.
Nada was like, okay, girl, he is on his journey.
He's doing what I want to do, not go to school.
Okay. He trying to catch all the damn Pokemon, honey. And it was so good to learn about these different characters. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I think the game itself was so great. It was so creative. It was a big game, by the way. It lasted a long time. You could do different things with it.
I mean, I think you could replay it and
you can replay it and stuff like that. But you want to make your Pokemon stronger. There was so many Pokemon that you can, you can catch, and it's like, okay, once you sprinting those Pokemon, you can sprint another Pokemon and stuff like that.
Oh yes, and they still kind of do that, but it's different. It's a little different in the newer games. Yeah. I've been playing it here and there, especially Pokemon Legends Arceus. I played that one the most. I did start playing Let's Go. Okay, Pokemon Let's Go, or Let's Go Pokemon. Let's Go. That one. I play it, but I think I got to a place where I was stuck on something, so I'm just like, I'll take a break on this one and play Legends.
It's a lot, but we was not playing when it came to those games, and that game was everywhere. So, like I said, back in the day, you had to pick a game that had like a long, like something you're gonna replay. So you had to be very strategic on how you pick a game. So I know me and my brother, we was very strategic, and I think we did get a lot of people who had those games. Like, hey, you know about this game? Because I got to pick one game. Because especially if they had like, so if you get the system, a lot of times the system can come with a game, but you're guaranteed at least to get another game on the side or whatever case.
Yeah. They used to always do bundles. That's why I try to go for bundled ones. Don't always get them. The new systems, they don't do it as much.
Well, I did it with Nintendo. I did that with the Switch.
Mine's didn't.
Oh.
The mine's, it didn't come with Animal Crossing. That was not included.
I know, we had to get that separately.
Yes, girl. And then the PS5, which, girl, I got just the system and a controller. They was like, listen, get whatever you got to get by yourself. And I was like... And I got it. I didn't get it I didn't get the scalper one. I got regular. I waited on those like lotteries that they keep having. They have lotteries. I don't know if you've seen those. Where it'd be like, if you join, there's a possibility you can get one, but you have to wait in this virtual line to get it and order it online. So I was very fortunate. I got through PlayStation. And I got free shipping because, PlayStation.
She's always fine. Oh, we are 30 minutes in and we have yet to start on the movie. Okay.
But yeah, that's it. I just want to say that. But yeah, they don't do that. But let's talk about...
Okay.
We did bring up Lightyear earlier. We did talk about Toy Story.
We did.
They can't say that we did say anything.
And mind you, Toy Story is top tier.
It's a heavy part of the 90s. Yeah.
The first movie 10. The second movie, 10. The third movie, 10. The fourth movie for me is always a 10.
That's the one that was like a little bit more sad, right? The fourth one's the last one they did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I loved it. I loved
No,
it.
I'm
I know
not
a lot
saying
of
it's
people
bad.
didn't like it.
I wasn't saying it was bad. I'm just saying it was a lot more. It was sad if you were like a kid of the 90s, and in a way, it's kind of like closing out the chapter, but it's also like doing what we are doing right now in the kids of the 90s, where it's like, I want to get the stuff that I had as a child back. And it's like all about nostalgia. So I've heard a lot of what it's about. I'm going to watch it, don't get me wrong, but I have to go through the entire series.
I was very frightened when they made it. I think I told you this. I was very frightened that they made the movie because they did so well with 3. Because I was always thinking they shouldn't do. Well, I was excited they did do 3. No, don't get it twisted. I was excited about it. I was like, okay, I don't want them to mess this legacy for this franchise for this movie up. And this third movie, I didn't like it at first, and then I had rewatched it. I think I was tired when I watched it because back in the day, that's when Redbox was the shit. Don't get it twisted, it was the shit. And I rented the movie, and I usually rent movies when I'm about to be off. So I rented it when I left work, and then after I rented it, I went to bed and I didn't fully watch it all the way. I watched it in passing till the next day, and I was really upset. I was like, man, this movie sucked. So I had rested that day, and then I eventually got back up, and I said, let me just rewatch it because I paid my little $1, and I'm about to be on $2 because I still got it here. And I was like, oh my gosh, this movie is really fucking good. So after I returned the movie, I went and bought the movie because I was like, it was that good. The fourth movie, the same thing. I went and saw that around my birthday, and I loved it. It came out like in June 19th. It was close to my birthday. And I saw it. Amazing, phenomenal, and I'm glad that they gave Woody a happy ending. I think it was good for us to hear about Bo Peep because Bo Peep was not in the third movie. And I think it was a very good send-off of that. I think it was so fun. I thought it was creative. I thought it was just great at the end of the day. And it's just like, it's going to be a cult favorite for mine. And so what Lightyear is basically, I wouldn't say a prequel, kind of like a prequel, something that, like I said, we are getting our lens into Andy's eyes of why he fell in love with the character.
Because it's more like not necessarily a prequel, but it's like a movie within a movie.
Yeah. So we're getting that part of whatever the case may be.
That's what it is. It's a backstory. It's backstory. There we go.
I give the movie, I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 9 to a 10. And the reason why I want to get that, because I think if you are a Toy Story fan, I think this is my point. You're watching it through that lens as what Andy saw. And I think that's what I'm giving it. And I think it was a great storytelling. Don't get it twisted. I'm actually probably going to give it a 10. But kind of close to a 10. Really, I'm really going to try to aim for that 10 part or whatever case may be. I think the reason why I'm giving a 9 is because they had a show that was referencing Buzz Lightyear, and I feel like a lot of people that was a fan of that show was really upset because they had none of the characters in it. That's why I'm gonna take it a point away, because it's like you already tampered with the story already, So I think I don't like that, and it feel like you're wiping the cartoon that was beloved by people. I don't like that because I wouldn't want no one to wipe the Little Mermaid cartoon. And don't mess with Little Mermaid.
Agreed. I can agree.
The show. Great. And Aladdin, he had a good show too as well. Remember they gave Aladdin his own show?
Oh, yes.
That was good as well. So don't get it twisted. So I think that's the only reason I'm going to give it a 9, because they wiped it, but it was still good. Okay. So, that's what it was for me. So, we're going to have to go and get it. Hold on, my partner leaving. Hold on for a second, y'all. Oh, wait. Okay. So, like I said, I'm giving them. So, what's your rating? We're gonna give you the rating. What's your rating the movie?
Okay.
Because I gave it a 9, but it's supposed to be a 10. But due to they tamper with a Buzz Lightyear already, that's why I'm throwing off a point. Because even though I wasn't a super fan of the Buzz Lightyear series, but I feel like it's just to respect the franchise as a whole. That's why a point is being taken off.
If I were going to go based off of Andy is a child of the 90s, I don't think he would be in love with Buzz Lightyear this movie. Because, at that time, we were more about action, adventure, storytelling, but it wasn't like how heavy and deep the storytelling was for this. I feel like this was more an adult movie. Like an adult would enjoy this more than Andy would have enjoyed this. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And that's not to take away from the movie. I think it was a good movie. Mm-hmm. But I think if I were a kid born in the 90s, which I am, mm-hmm. I don't think that this would have been a movie for me. I think I would have saw this movie and been like kind of bored with it. Because it's like our movies were like Power Rangers. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like there was storytelling in there, but it was mostly action and adventure. There's a lot of camp. It was a lot of corniness. It was, and I say corniness is a good thing, by the way. I don't mean that as a negative. I hope y'all understand that. Because I understand. I'm a child of the 90s. I know what we was getting. So, judging it off of this is a movie for a kid of the 90s, I would personally say I would give it like a 7, 8 area. Judging off of that idea. Like think about kids of the 90s. Think about you as a kid of the 90s. Would you have wanted to see something like, what's a movie? New York Undercover. Would you have wanted to see something like New York Undercover?
What's New York Undercover?
That's my point. Would you have wanted to see something like, not New York Undercover, what's a good, Philadelphia, that Tom Hanks movie? Isn't that Tom Hanks, right?
What movies are you referencing?
Philadelphia, the movie in the 90s, is about the man who had HIV. Okay, never mind. What's a good...
We went from space to HIV.
No, but I'm saying, I'm saying like, it was a lot more serious in tone than what I would expect a kid in the 90s to want to watch and enjoy.
I disagree.
No,
I disagree for me, personally, because I was into stories of characters.
What's a movie that you watched in the 90s as a kid?
I watched a lot of movies. I watched, Jungle to Jungle, of the fathership that he had with his son or whatever case when his son came from America. I thought that was a very good thing.
Jungle to Jungle, what is that?
With Tim Allen.
Okay.
With his son and stuff like that. I watched that. Even with Oliver and Company, that was a little bit of a deeper message than something.
But it was also animated. And I want to point this out. I don't know if you noticed this, but did we ever get like an Oliver and Company 2?
No, we didn't.
And I think it's because, although I enjoy it too, I don't want to say that I didn't enjoy it. I think it was because it was more serious than it was happy. And at that time, we were more about, where's the happy, fun,
but I was
carefree stories?
I guess for a kid like me, because I had not the greatest childhood, but I think I did more for stories that a person was kind of feeling lost.
I can agree with that.
Even in the crowd.
Well,
and I think,
you know what? I want to take my statement back. Because we did all used to watch The Land Before Time. Even though that was depressing. What were we watching that for? Because that was depressing.
It was good. And the Brave Little Toaster.
Yeah. So I take my statement back. But I do still feel like we really don't, like, I think the thing is, like,
and we were into space movies. So I'm getting twisted.
The things that were a lot more popular were the things that were like, fun. Is it sad? Yes. But it has a happy ending. And I feel like Land Before Time didn't really have a happy ending. So it's like, did we enjoy it?
They had a bunch of them, though. I can't remember all of them. They melted.
But they also did not have merchandising like that, did they?
No, they didn't. But
and I think that was also...
It was a big story. Okay, well, they had Iron Man, Iron Giant. And the funny thing is with Iron Giant, that was a big movie. Don't get twisted.
I remember it. No. Don't get... we probably saying the same movie.
Thing. I just don't really remember it.
I have to rewatch it. Because I think I remember watching it and I was like, this is a little sad.
Yes, it was a lot, and I was like, "Oh, girl, I don't know why I just didn't get into it or whatever." So, but like I said, they had a lot of serious movies, but I would say that it was more of making sure it's a happy thing because some parents wouldn't want their kids to watch a kind of thing like that.
So, I said all that, but we still watched Bambi, and that started off sad. It was like that was sad. We also all watched The Fox and the Hound. So you are right.
And they used to always tell us to be scared. We watched Lion King. And
so you are right. I like I said, I take back my statement about that. But I do still feel like I think it was more so we were more into like fun. And then there's like those fun stories all had great merchandising. Like Power Rangers was like boom, toys, this, figures, the little thing, your little watch thingy. It was like you got a lot of that. Toy Story had merchandising. Who am I thinking of? Barbie did it have movies back then?
Who?
Barbie
had some movies. They had them damn straight to video movies.
You right.
So.
That all of this. Let me tell you something. The Disney movies was always on point with the merchandising. Yes, okay.
It was.
So I say all that to say that I think this was a lot more heavy in storytelling versus what we used to get. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I think, like I said again, the way Andy played with Buzz Lightyear. Let's be very clear, because if you notice that Buzz Lightyear character when he joins, when he's on Toy Story, he is arrogant in a lot of ways, and I think they were trying to incorporate where that's where he was in the beginning. But it kind of seemed like he was in the beginning of the movie that, I don't want no one help, I got this, or whatever the case may be. So. Yes, but I think the point it made it seem that he had more of a bigger adventure than he gotten. The way Andy was playing with him, the way it felt like it was more described. It's more so that it's more stuff that happened versus him being in a time loop.
You see what I'm saying?
I get that,
and I want to say this. This is not me dissing the movie. I hope y'all don't take that as what I'm saying. I think it's like observing the movie and thinking about the movie from like. If I was, when I was a kid at that time period, I really probably wouldn't have wanted. Oh, I don't want to Buzz Lightyear toy because it's like it's it's kind of a heavy movie. My thought process would have been like Power Rangers, Pokemon, like Yu-Gi-Oh. Like these are more the toys I would have gone for versus this. And that's not to say that Buzz Lightyear the movie was terrible. I still give it I give it a 6 or I give it a 7.5, more so because it was a good, interesting movie. I think I had issues with certain parts of it, and I don't think it was the best movie in the world, but I do think it was a good movie for what it was going for. And I do have, like I said, I had issues with it, and I'll say that when we get there. But yeah, it was, I think I would give it a 7.5. I would go there.
Okay. Well, let's dive into the movie. So the movie begins on, like I said, they end up on this planet, and basically they're just going through the whole planet, and they're I forgot why they was there. I think they were just there. They
was going somewhere else, and basically they realized that they needed to what was it? They realized something, and so they decided, okay, well, let's stop here. And see if we can sit here for a little bit and figure something out, and then go to where we actually were going, because they were going somewhere else.
Yeah. And when they got there, and I think it was more so the planet had like these vines that used to come out the ground and basically messed up their ship.
Yes.
Or whatever case may be. And I think once he had gotten the ship and they was trying to leave, and he had to take care of this person that was a rookie. Mind you, they had other people on the ship. They was just the only one that was woke up for it. So they was just like the captains of the ship at the time. And through all that, they was trying to get off the planet when they realized that the vines was going to be taking them down, let alone the ship as well, stopping them from going where they need to go. And they get up there and they're trying to leave or whatever case may be, and it's like I guess the arrogance of Buzz Lightyear was showing when he was like, I don't want to deal with no rookie or whatever case, because remind you, in the movie Toy Story, he was arrogant. This is what his issues was, like he didn't really want no help, he know what he doing and all that. So, and basically a leader role. So I would say they had that part right. He was in the leader
At first, they did have it at first. And I feel like I will agree with you in like this first half. I think this is perfect for if I was a kid. I keep saying if. When I was a kid back then, I would have been like, oh, nice. This is fun. You know, like I would have been here for that part. And I would have been like, yes, space exploration. Let's do it. You know, and the planetary parts, them cutting the vines up. I think that would have worked. That works.
Yeah, it did work perfectly.
Yes.
So once they tried to leave and, you know, the rookie was asking, hey, do you need help? And then instead of him taking the rookie help, he wound up, you know, messing up when he ran into something and basically damaged the engine or this crystal thing that for him to be able to leave the planet. So basically they were stuck on the planet due to the point of him not taking the help. So it's basically now knowing that he may need someone or whatever. But he blames himself for it or whatever case may be. Again, it's still not resonating of the character that
we grew up on.
Because like I said, when Buzz Lightyear started, he was, you know, adventurous, but at the same time arrogant. At the end of the day, in the beginning of the especially even for the second movie when they had the game section, where again he was the same way. This was like who he was, or whatever case may be. And like I said, we just want to. It wasn't adding up all the way. For his character, it wasn't adding up, and it was still a good story. But I think the points we was more expecting of a super adventure, and this was an adventure. Don't get it twisted, but it was more of a lesson.
Yes,
that it was teaching us, and I think it was giving us like we constantly keep on repeating ourselves. Or whatever case may be, and I think it was a lesson that, you know, sometimes you can get in a funk that you will feel like you're in a time travel, like everybody's living their lives and you're stuck and you constantly, and which we do in real life, and I think it's a great message.
Oh, it is.
The movie was a full great message.
I think this is like again, it goes back to this whole thing of we're in this new space with like, you know, like our Disney, Pixar animated movies, and even our live action like Marvel movies, where it's like. The villain isn't an actual villain. It's more so an internalized demon that you have to deal with. And I think it works really well. It worked really well in WandaVision. Well, she had a real villain actually too, so never mind. It worked really well in Encanto. I think it was fantastically explored. It worked really well in Luca. That was great.
I haven't finished that one.
You haven't?
I haven't finished that one.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Even though you don't like Soul, which I don't know why you don't like Soul.
I had personal issues with that one. That's the only reason. You know. But I think it was done well, but I don't think it was my favorite. I'll say that. And then we have, what's the other one that's like kind of like personal demons now?
Oh, Red, Big Red? What is it? Red?
Oh, Turning Red. Yeah. That was good. That one was really good. I love Turning Red. I'm so sorry.
What they had, what was that? What was that? Inside Out.
Inside Out, really. I think Inside Out was kind of like the first one that really, truly explored internalized demons.
No, wasn't it Zootopia first? Zootopia was first around the time?
No, that had a demon. That had what's her name? The assistant that was the bad guy. So it had a real, actual bad guy. Inside Out, I don't think it had a bad guy.
Well, I think the point is the reason why they did had a bad guy.
In Inside Out?
Yeah, they had a bad guy.
Who was it?
It was the assistant, like you said. It was the assistant. She was the bad guy.
No, you're thinking of Zootopia.
Yeah, Zootopia. She was the bad guy.
I'm talking about Inside Out. Inside Out didn't have a bad guy. It was more so about depression. And you know, like you're growing up and trying to figure out who you are as a person and your emotions are haywire. That was really the bad guy. It was like, you know, figuring yourself out was the bad guy. In Encanto, the bad guy was generational trauma. Turning Red, it was generational trauma. And in Luca, I forgot what the villain was.
Don't tell me because I want to watch it.
Oh, so. Well, yeah. I'll let you see it. But essentially, it was a internalized situation, kind of in a way. So it's like, you know, I think this one did explore that, what you said. Lightyear explores that. And I think it was good message in that it's about you're trying so hard to, as you said,
and
do
onward.
something.
Onward.
Oh yeah.
Onward was,
That one
even
was
though you
pretty
don't
good.
like the ending, which I think is just bullshit.
I just didn't think it was fair. But I get that that's how life works. I just think it wasn't fair. That's my thing. That's all I have to say.
I don't like that point. That's the issue. I don't like that point. What he's saying.
Well, it's true. That's what the whole point of it's like. Life doesn't always work out how you want it to work out. It's not perfect, but you got to work with what you have and move forward. I got that, or move onward. It's the movie title. But I get that. I just feel like I didn't like it because it felt like life's not fair, and I get that life isn't fair. It's just, I just didn't like that. That's it.
Well,
but it's more so as a person.
I feel like when you make a decision, and like I said, he made a decision to give something to his brother of something that he's always had,
right?
And he wasn't able to really have that, and I think that was the point of it being fair. Because at the end of the day, they, like I said, they both lost a parent.
True.
And I think that was my point of my thought process of him giving him something. So I just feel like, and it just was because I think my point is I like to be realistic.
Yeah.
In certain things, especially when they did this movie, the way they set it up, the way they played it out, and I think it was a great character development, and that's why I just can't say like it wasn't fair that he didn't get it, and I'm like, look, because every some situation I'm like, no, bitch, I wanted this to happen, but I feel like it something hit. I don't know, maybe I resonated.
I think we're both saying kind of the same.
We're saying the same thing, but I'm right.
See how she tries
my
it?
opinion.
See how she tries it on my podcast. Ooh.
Okay, well, this is the end of the episode.
Not you trying to be like Wanda. Remember that episode where she was mad at Vision? He was trying to call her out for something, and she was like, "Okay, that's it." And she started rolling the credits in the middle of the episode.
Like, we're not gonna hear that. So,
that was fantastic. But yeah, I think, like I said, it's not. I think it sounds harsher when I say life's not fair. It's more so just saying that's life doesn't operate how we always want it to operate. Things don't happen how we want them to happen, and I think that was what the message was. It's like, you can want things to be in your control. You can want this to happen. You can want that to happen, and it's not going to happen every time. Like you gotta, what you have is what you have, and you have to be happy with what you have and where you are in your life. And I think that was the deeper message behind it. And that's kind of, in a way, the message behind Buzz Lightyear. Where it's like, does he want to get these people out of here and stick up to the mission and help people and be the hero? Yes. But you can't always be the hero. Sometimes you just got to let things happen how they're going to flow and naturally happen. And that is okay. And that is perfectly fine. It's great. Yeah. It just works out how it works out. So I think that was the message I got from it. But anyways, back to the movie. Yeah, so they're trapped on this planet, and so he goes on this thing of, we're gonna get off this planet any way I get it. We're gonna do it. And so he would go to space, and every time he would go into space, he would come back, and it's like 4 years have passed. And it was 4 years, right?
Yeah,
each time. And so it's like near the end of him doing that, his best friend died. And that's typical, Disney cartoons and stuff like that. There's a character that dies, there's loss, and you have to pick up the pieces, which is kind of what they've always shown. I know people are like, that's kind of sad. It is sad to have that in a kid's movie, but it's also realistic to kind of give kids that message that,
people can leave.
Loss happens. It's okay. It's fine.
It's like you can't shield that
from kids.
Them.
You have to. It's just like you can't shield gay people from children. Oops.
Yes.
Which y'all were really pressed about, and I'm so sorry. Y'all was pressed about that, and that kiss was like 4 seconds.
It wasn't even that long. It was like 2 seconds.
It really was. Like, what are we doing? You mean to tell me this movie is like 2 hours almost? And y'all mad because like a couple seconds there was a kiss between two women? What? But that's it. That's all I gotta say about that part. Because it was insignificant, and not to diminish it, because that was a big moment for us to see people in our community represented, especially brown, black and brown. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, girl, y'all did all that for a one kiss. One kiss. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, it was, that happened. And he goes on an adventure with her daughter her granddaughter and a ragtag group of people. They're just different people. I want to say I think the adventure was okay, and I think it was a message there where it was more so about think outside the box, being conventional with how you do things and approach things. They could work. You don't have to be. This is how it works. This is the only way to do things. You don't have to do that. I think that worked, but I will say, just for me in general with the movie, I think my problem was I don't think I strongly connected with the adventure. And I didn't strongly connect with the story. Like, I don't feel like it hit me in the feels. The only thing that really, really hit me was his best friend dying. I think that really hit me.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. But it was like, outside of that,
you know what's given?
What?
Up.
Up was really good, though. I enjoyed that one, but it didn't, yeah.
It was given Up.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, it's just like, not to, and again, I want to reiterate, this is not me diminishing whoever enjoyed it. If you thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
I did, so you didn't change my opinion.
Exactly. See? Look at that. Look at that. And she's wearing a rug on her head.
Girl, wait till these dreads come out. She talking about these dreads I'm trying to grow out. Once come out.
I'm just talking about it in general.
Once it come out, and then I'm going to show you how to shake them off. I'm going to show you how to shake it off.
Goku's sleep. He is out.
Like I said, for as I'm not going to lie, I did fall asleep a little bit because I was already tired when I went to that. And I don't like to, that's why I don't like to go to the movie theater tired. And I went, gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone. And Deidre kept on pushing. And I don't know.
It's okay, girl. They're not going to do nothing about it.
And he kept pushing me, and I'm like, and I don't like the way he pushed me. He pushed me in a way that is so annoying. Like, it's kind of like a shaking kind of way, but he does it in a way that I don't know.
Maybe it's because you're not trying to be woken up.
No,
because when people try to wake me up, I'm very annoyed.
No, it's just like he do like a
jab.
Yeah, something like that. I'm like, what are you like? Don't do that. And I've told him plenty of times I don't like that. I'm like, that should make me want to fight. And I'm like, I might hit you one day. You'll catch a reflex that I might want to hit you. I don't like that. Because it's like you're not fully there. You're being jolted out your sleep as a better way.
Yeah, I know.
It's better just, just do a little tap on the person. Like, hey.
Or shake them.
Like this. Hey.
Or just pop.
Like, he do like a...
You know what you do? You do with a tire hole. You just pop it like... There you go.
Oh, well, I do that all the time when you get loud. The story,
did you guys hear that she's violent towards me? Just saying.
I can still watch it. I do feel like it's more of a moody kind of setup. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't give like full light. A laid back kind of story. And I like it. Again, like I said, it doesn't resonate with Andy and what he was into, because this character, the way he was excited about this character, that he's adventurous, he's doing this. Like, I was like, okay, what the fuck did this man do in this movie?
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like, it's not adding up.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm only saying it as like, I only give it like a lower score because I'm thinking about child of the 90s. When I was a kid at that time, I probably wouldn't want to watch this movie repeatedly because I'd be like, oh, this is so serious. Like, where's the fun? I would want to watch something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Watch it. I was always into movies where the character felt alone. Because like I said,
you did.
I felt alone. So I think I would have been watching not a lot of kids. I don't think it would have been very popular.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. I do think it is a good, it's a message and it's an entertaining movie. But I think as an adult, I enjoy it more versus if I was a kid, I probably wouldn't enjoy it that much. Not to say that I wouldn't watch it, because I did mention some ones like The Littlest Brave Little Toaster, Land Before Time. We did watch heavy kids movies like The Fox and the Hound. We watched those. I won't say that. Anastasia was heavy. That
It
was
was
good
good
though.
though.
Oh,
It
it
was
was so
good.
good. Oh,
And the musical was good.
ooh.
I
But
think
it
that's why we got
is.
some big vocals. We got some big vocals on that.
But I do feel like it's one of those. We I don't think it met the hype of what I would have thought from Buzz Lightyear. And also, like you mentioned earlier, the cartoon. I feel like the cartoon fit that idea of what a kid would have wanted to watch in the '90s, where it's like adventure, space, this, that. So I do feel like that. Yeah. Let's see. That was one of my main issues, really. I think outside of that, it wasn't a bad movie. I don't think it was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that was one of my things.
Yeah.
Also, somebody made a good point where they said, if you think about it, you know how like the Rugrats were obsessed with Reptar?
Mm-hmm.
Us in the '90s, we would have been obsessed with Socks the Cat. So why is it that we're kind of bringing Socks in now and
Yeah.
not he wasn't a part of the lore originally? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not to say that that's not to say that I didn't enjoy Socks. I did enjoy Socks the Cat. I think he was a great character, and I think he fits the idea of what we would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like, why didn't they have him when we, like, why didn't we have merchandise? Why didn't they, like, you get what I'm saying?
It made more sense, I think. It made more sense that he was supposed to be on the go.
Yes.
He was a ranger, he was on the go, and
Mm-hmm.
of course, he had to answer to someone, but excuse me. I think it made more sense that yes, of course, we was going to add new characters. Okay, Disney want to sell merch. They got to get some new characters
absolutely have every right to do so.
But
I agree with that.
We need to make it the sense that he will only want Buzz Lightyear.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it should have been more of a focus because it was a lot they could do because it was doing animation versus like a live action movie. You would have to spend a lot of money. Not saying they'll spend a lot of money with animation. I think it could have went farther out with the character. We had to make sure that this character was very arrogant. And again, because anybody that watched Toy Story, I didn't like Buzz Lightyear in the film. This bitch is doing too much. You don't know he's a toy. Like he's really into this character, and it's an arrogant, just he on his own character.
I remember my other issue.
So
with the movie.
He is on the go, and it's just like in this movie. Yes, he was on the go, but it was more of a I got to do the right thing go. Which I'm not saying even the character that was betrayed in Toy Story that he wanted to do the right thing, but it was like it's more of a strong selfish way. Like the other guy, he was selfish. He was a little bit. He just felt like at fault, and he's like, I gotta fix this. He was more of a perfectionist. But I think the other Buzz Lightyear was more of a selfish, like I got to do this job, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that character was resonating with the character that was portrayed for as Buzz Lightyear, because we got 2 glimpses of it. We got not even that. We got 3 glimpses of it because we was in the first movie and in the second movie because he had.
Then they also
went to the Toy Story.
Zurg. Yeah, and the little alien creatures. And okay, that was my other problem. Why is it that the villain has to be himself? His future self?
Because it's supposed to be his dad, because it was copying off of Star Wars that happened with. So it's supposed to be his dad or whatever. So we already knew the end plot on that part. And that was fine too, by the way. Like, okay, his father, whatever case may be. And I get what they was going for the movie, that you fight with yourself, it's your inner self and all that. And I think us as human beings, if we don't get up, and I think if we're not in the right position, certain things can happen. We can react different, or we can make the wrong decision, or whatever case may be. And I think that's maybe that was what they was going for, if I'm not mistaken.
But I do feel like they didn't have to necessarily change a lot of the story to get there. And I think that was my point, is more so it felt like this was aiming towards modern day storytelling. See, where it's like the villain isn't a real villain, it's you.
Yeah. But I think it was, what it really was? It really, let's be very honest, it just really wasn't really about him. For us, the character development, it really wasn't, because everybody else was living like it was about other characters. And I understand that, we want them, but we got girl, they got to be a side character, honey. We need to be worried about Buzz Lightyear, and I don't feel like we got a full character of who he is in full, because we got a whole movie that's dedicated to him, and it's like I want to know everything about this character, whatever case.
Right, we don't really know. It feels like we were kind of thrust in the middle of something, and we really didn't get like Buzz's backstory as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is he arrogant? Why is he this? Why is he that? And it's like, yeah, like you said, it's a lot of the storytelling was based on what you would see with 90s action heroes, Star Wars, Space Rangers, like the excitement of space.
Yeah, because it took a long time for him to get his wings, and I'm like, wait a minute, he prided himself on shooting out the wings, and it came a little bit last at the end of the movie, and I was like, okay, I'm not really liking that. Yeah. I said, he has that on, he do the laser, he's always on Star Command. Like, I wanted to see him act a fool in this movie, and I feel like it was really just you know what it felt like? It felt like a movie that happened before the movie Andy saw. Like maybe an origin or something like that. I could see
that. Like maybe it's more so
part 2 or something. Maybe
those ones. Like Aladdin 2, it was like it didn't go to theaters. It went home straight to DVD. That's the thing. It's like I'm not saying I hated it. I didn't hate it. It's just thinking about myself as a kid of the 90s. I don't think I would have enjoyed this as much as I do now as an adult, where it's like I get what they're saying. I get the deeper message in it.
Oh, I liked it. Okay, I liked it. And King of Thieves, because we had that on.
Absolutely. We got. Let me tell you something. We watched the first movie, the second movie, and whatever was third. If they had a third movie, we was watching. Yes,
we were very into, because I know now we're into like streaming service having movies and stuff like that. Let me say something. It was something about straight to video movies. We had to get, and we was on, baby. And then it felt like a little bit of exclusive, because it's like it's not really on TV and stuff like that. When Mary Kate and Ashley, and they had a bunch of movies that went to
let me tell you something. I used to live for Mary Kate and Ashley. We had the dolls. We watched the movies. We didn't get the clothes. Now, we didn't go that far. We were thinking about it. But we didn't.
I'm sorry.
Listen, 90s teenage girls' fashions was sometimes give or take good. Sometimes it was like, ooh.
But I like the Billboard today. I love Our Lips Are Sealed.
Oh, yeah.
I love Passport to Paris. That was one of my favorites. I didn't like Holiday in the Sun.
You know my favorite American Action movie was The Parent Trap. I really love that movie.
Girl, you talking about Double Trouble? No, they had something. No, It Takes Two. That was kind of like the same thing.
I was joking. Oh, I know that was Lindsay Lohan.
I know, but I'm just saying they did do something similar.
Yeah. It Takes Two. That was the one with the wedding, right?
Yeah. Same thing.
That. Yeah. It Takes Two. That. Oh, I remember that.
And it was real good though. I really liked it.
The Megan actually had a.
But I don't know. It's just like Parent Trap was more rich. It was like, oh, this is more rich.
Oh yeah, and Lindsay Lohan was kind of.
She did.
I did not know that she wasn't a twin until after.
I know. Everyone's like, that's the same girl. I'm like, really? You lying. She did that part. You made she made you fall in love or whatever case may be. I'm glad that she was a redhead, because it was like that really helped it in some sense. You really just like kind of on the girl's side. Okay, girl, whatever.
But yeah, we said all that to say Buzz Lightyear is a fun movie. As an adult, I don't think it's good if you're going for. I'm a child of the 90s. I'm finally getting to see what Andy saw that made him want to get the Buzz, that made him obsessed with Buzz Lightyear.
Especially if you're a Buzz Lightyear fan. Yeah. I wasn't. Yeah. So I walked in there like, girl, look, whatever they give me, they give me. But if they do a witty one.
Girl. Y'all better have Bullseye and y'all better have Jesse.
And Stinky Pete. I want to see it. I really want to see it. Because if you don't,
guess what you're going to have?
I want to see it. I want to see it because I'm a Woody fan. I always resonated with Woody. Woody was me. It was just something about Woody. It was just, that was my boy. I was like, I'm on his side. I'm on his side. I was mad that he got almost beat up by Buzz Lightyear when he was under the car. And
remember in that movie when he started noticing the room was starting to look less cowboy looking? Oh, and that was a big thing back then too. That was even bigger back then when you had themed bedrooms. Oh, everybody wanted a themed bedroom back then.
Oh, yes.
Now, I mean, they do, but they just want a cute room. Kids just want to have a room.
I guess because, kids are into different things.
Yes.
And I think...
And not everything is popular enough to where you can fill the room with that. Like, back then you could go, I want to have a Buzz Lightyear room.
It's too much now. I think it's too much. That's what it is. Like, oh, girl, you're doing too much, all this shit right here, whatever the case.
And then I think also people are focused more so on you want the room to grow with the person and not be like, oh, I'm going to have a Buzz Lightyear themed room. And so you have a spaceship bed and you have a spaceship shaped TV and your nightstand is spaceship shaped. And then you're like, I'm a teenager. I don't want all this. I just want a room that's like orange. And so now you have to get rid of all the space themed stuff and change. It's like it's a lot more convenient to go, we're going to go with neutral tones, that way you can change things around.
Yeah, because I know they've been going a lot with those, the bed cribs, like the cribs that turns into a bed eventually when they get old and stuff. I think people, it's more focused on...
I haven't seen that
much. Yeah.
I can see that though. I haven't seen it yet, no.
They have that. They have the full side bed. Like a lot of times they'll just buy a full side bed when their kids reach a certain age, and they're like, okay, let's just be a full side bed. And usually I would try, full side bed, because the twin. I would always aim if my kid was like 6 and they grew out their crib, now I'll give them a full side bed because I'm like, I'm just gonna last long.
It's gonna last a lot longer. So
just gotta change the mattress every so many years,
and then you just gotta get some sheets that are different, and so that's why I was like, I see that more than I do see parents going,
because furniture is not cheap
at all.
It's not cheap, and that's why you buy expensive so it can last. Don't get it twisted.
And if you
unless it's a dresser you can play around with, because you can always get. But I think is the main ticket item is the damn bed.
And also, you can really go to places like Ross and get a nice dresser. You can always go to places like Home Goods and get a nice dresser. It's going to be a little expensive, but it's not going to be expensive at some of these other places. And then also, like, a lot of people still to this day do the thing where they just go to like places like the resale shop or garage sales.
It always come into, your kids or whoever taking care of the furniture. Let's be very clear about that. Trust them to leave. I'll be on it. They do not. Yeah. I'll be on it, honey. Take care of your stuff.
You got to. Yeah.
Oh, girl. Okay, so let's just wrap it up right here.
Well, final thoughts. Do you have anything? Before you say yours, I'm going to go ahead and say mine. I would say this. If you want to see the movie, go watch the movie. No matter what, if you personally want to go see the movie, do not let any reviewer, do not let any YouTuber, do not let any friend, family, whatever.
Besides me.
Well, no, don't listen to her. Even worse. But if you want to see the movie, go see the movie. If you really do not care to see the movie, don't go out of your way to see the movie, because I think that's the thing. It's like a lot of,
if you're gay, go see the movie. I'm sorry.
A lot of people go out of their way to support things, and it's like, if you really don't care to support it in the first place, if you really don't want to watch it, don't go out of your way to watch something.
And if you're going to see it because these heterosexuals keep on saying that it's a big deal, the kiss only lasts less than 4 seconds.
It's really so brief.
I thought this girl was lifting him up and lifting her up
smacking
and
her down something
and all that.
I thought we was getting what Lil Murder and Tick did in P Valley. The way y'all was talking.
I'm like, or Mercedes and no, just a little kiss, and I think it's always about representation. We have a lot of lesbian mothers out there that's taking care of their kids, and it's like, it'll be nice for them to have something. It's like, y'all don't want us to have anything, and it's like when y'all complain about it, it's just be too much. Again, you sexualize our sexuality. You sexualize
y'all like they was like having sex in front of kids, and y'all also act like there's not straight characters that are in romantic relationships in these movies. Like, we all watched Toy Story where Woody was with what's her name? Bo Peep. And that was a big storyline. Let's talk about that. Since y'all doing all this extra, girl, calm down. Girl, be calm. Anyways, you guys, this is the T.O. Show.
And we out of here, honey.
Yes, I'm O Lord.
And I'm Tat.o.
And we're just some tired dolls. The dolls.
We can't say dolls.
That's true. We're tired action figures.
I really want to go to
we're tired.
I want to go to the gay city hall and try to take that away.
Oh.
You don't think
Anyways,
so?
retired action figure like heifers.
I'm just
Bye,
not
y'all.
sitting well with that.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.